And finally, new rule, Melania Trump must do what dozens of buildings around the world have done and take the Trump name off. Melania Trump has been in the news a lot lately. I was talking about her in the monologue, and she's on the cover of Us Weekly with this cover, my side of the story. The man who got Trump elected and keeps his base ignorant. The man who killed Australia's carbon tax. I know he's rich, but is it worth Western civilization? The Melania's list. I don't know if you'd like to, but these are her rules.
Did you hear about the book that's so bad it's making comedians rich? Melania Trump's new memoir is getting roasted harder than a marshmallow at a campfire. Even Bill Maher couldn't resist taking a swing. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now, back to the video. Maher said the book has less depth than a puddle. Ouch! And Jimmy Kimmel, he called it a Google Translate fever dream. Poor Melania's just trying to sell some fancy necklaces and dodge Jill Biden. But now she's the punchline of every late night joke. Stick around to see how Trump tries to defend her honor. Spoiler alert, it's as successful as his hair in a windstorm.
Melania Trump has been in the news a lot lately. I was talking about her in the monologue, and she's on the cover of Us Weekly with this cover, my side of the story. It's not anti-feminist to say that in addition to doing everything men can do intellectually, women also have another power. The power of the ultimatum. And we got a hold of Melania's. It's not in this magazine, but it's coming out soon. Would you like to hear Melania's 25 things you didn't know about? You are not to ever again mention the bride catalog's return policy.
Bill Maher's been at it again, folks. This time, he's got his sights set on Melania Trump's new book. And let me tell you, he's not exactly giving it a 5-star review on Amazon. Maher kicked things off by comparing Melania's literary masterpiece to a Slovenian shopping list. I mean, ouch, that's gotta hurt. But our boy Bill was just getting started. He was warming up faster than Trump's Twitter fingers after a late-night Kafif binge. Remember Melania's Be Best campaign? You know, the one that was supposed to tackle cyberbullying? Well, Maher had a field day with that one. He suggested that maybe, just maybe, Melania should have taught Trump to read instead. Can you imagine? The Donald sitting at a tiny desk, sounding out words like hamburger and kafef? Now that's a mental image I can't unsee. But here's where it gets really juicy. Maher went for the jugular, saying Melania's book has less depth than a puddle of spilled coffee.
And finally, new rule, Melania Trump must do what dozens of buildings around the world have done and take the Trump name off. Getting men to change their destructive ways by threatening to leave them, humiliate them, or cut them off in bed. Because there's another former model who's also married to a super rich Republican monster, Mrs. Rupert Murdoch, Jerry Hall. But they left out my favorite feature in Us Weekly, which is the 25 things you don't know about me. Do you read about this?
Ouch, that's gotta sting more than one of Trump's spray tans gone wrong. You could practically hear the audience losing it. They were eating up Maher's roast like it was the last slice of Trump's well-done steak. You know, the kind he probably smothers in ketchup because he thinks it's fancy. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm picturing Trump watching this, his face getting redder and redder. You just know he's hunting for his phone, ready to unleash a Twitter storm of epic proportions. Or wait, can he still do that? I guess he'll have to settle for Truth Social. Poor guy, it's like trying to start a food fight with a spork. But here's the thing about Maher's roast. It's not just about the laughs. It's a reminder of how Melania's time as First Lady was, well, let's just say it was about as successful as Trump University. Remember when she wore that "I really don't care, do you" jacket to visit migrant children? Maher didn't bring that up, but you know he was thinking it. Well, folks, it looks like Jimmy Kimmel's decided to join the Melania roasting party, and he's not pulling any punches.
Toss his boxy clown suits on the front lawn. Just tell him, I'm leaving you and I'm taking our child. He would be stunned. We have a child? Your unhappiness is obvious. You despise his creepy little monkey fingers touching your hand. The Melania's list. I don't know if you'd like to... But these are her rules. So far, over a dozen Republican candidates tried to stop Trump and couldn't. Hillary couldn't. Never.
You'd think he was trying to make Bill Maher look like a lightweight in comparison. Kimmel's got his hands on Melania's book, and let me tell you, he's having a field day with it. So Kimmel starts reading out bits from the book, and you've got to wonder if someone's playing a prank on him. But nope. This is the real deal, straight from Melania's, well, let's call it her mind, and boy does it get wild. Get this, Kimmel claims Melania shared a story about Trump calling her in to watch a classified military operation. I mean, what happened to date night and a movie? Kimmel jokes it's like Netflix and chill, but with more explosions and potential treason. Talk about relationship goals. Am I right? But wait, it gets better. Kimmel digs into Melania's thoughts on Trump's COVID diagnosis. Now, you'd think she'd be worried sick, right? Nah. Apparently it was her favorite moment as First Lady. I guess when your husband's tweeting from the toilet at 3 a.m. becomes the norm. Him being quarantined starts to look pretty good. The audience is in stitches, and get this, even Fox News can't keep a straight face. They're too busy chuckling to take Trump's complaints seriously. I mean, when Fox News is laughing at you, you know you've hit rock bottom and started digging. Kimmel's not done though. He takes one look at the whole mess and dubs the book a Google Translate fever dream. Ouch, that's gotta hurt. It's like he's saying Melania's thoughts make about as much sense as a cat walking across a keyboard. Meanwhile, where's Melania in all this? Out shopping like it's just another Tuesday. Talk about unbothered. She's probably thinking, I don't care, do you? While picking out another designer jacket. You've got to hand it to her, she's got the whole ignoring the haters thing down to an art form.
And you two have a lot in common. Your husbands are ruining the world. The man who got Trump elected and keeps his base ignorant. The man who killed Australia's carbon tax. I know he's rich, but is it worth Western civilization? So kick him to the curb, slap away that hand for good. Maybe it falls to you now, Melania. You can end this reign of terror, and all you have to do is channel your inner Taylor Swift and walk out the door. Is there anyone left who can check Donald Trump? Yes, Melania.
Well, folks, it looks like Melania's book has turned our late-night hosts into comedy prospectors, striking gold with every page. While the comedians are having a field day, Melania's keeping it cool as a cucumber. Her publicist dropped a statement that's about as clear as mud, throwing around "be best" like it's confetti at a sad party. Meanwhile, Melania's out there shopping like it's just another Tuesday. But here's the kicker. Trump's Twitter meltdown is proving that a good joke might pack more punch than a political speech. Who knew 280 characters could cause such a ruckus? Maybe next time, Melania should stick to modeling instead of memoir writing. Just saying. At least on the catwalk, she won't have to worry about Kimmel and Maher turning her words into a comedy roast. Oh, the joys of being a reluctant first lady in the age of late night TV.